Welcome into MMA Live. The MMA world has certainly seen a better fight weekend, but perhaps not one quite as interesting as what we were just put through. My name is Todd Grisham. Before we get to the comedy that was Bellator, let's start with the Ultimate Fighting Championship. It was Cowboy versus Cowboy. And to break this fight down, we bring in our ESPN MMA insider, Brett Okamoto, who joins us from the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Donald Cerrone with a very impressive, dominating performance, winning by a triangle choke in round number one. What are your thoughts?
You know, this was kind of the fight that we described going into this one, that Donald Cerrone has the better skill set. He's just, bottom line, the better fighter than Alex Oliveira. The only issue that we may have had is that Donald Cerrone tends to start slow, get hit a lot early on in fights, and so when he's moving up a weight class to fight a guy who weighs 170 pounds, that might be a little bit of a concern. And, you know, for a little bit it was. Donald Cerrone took some knees to the body. He took a big straight right hand by Alex Oliveira, but then he got to what he does best, and that is winning fights, winning them in pretty spectacular fashion. He found a hole in Oliveira's game. That was his defensive wrestling, took him down, submitted him. This was about the result that we expected going in.
And credit to Oliveira for taking this fight on short notice. That's something that the other Cowboy, the American one, Donald Cerrone, has been known to do. He wants to fight all the time, Brett. He said if he weren't fighting in the octagon so often, he'd probably be getting into bar fights. Where do you think we'll see him next, and who will he be fighting?
You never know with this guy. I mean, we could turn around and see him in Las Vegas at UFC 196 2 weeks from now if somebody falls off that card on any weight division. I mean, that's just the approach that Donald Cerrone has. He wants to fight every weekend. And since he lost in a title fight back in December, there's really no need for the UFC to, quote unquote, protect this guy. They don't have to give him fights necessarily that make a whole lot of sense when you're talking about a title picture. So they can use him at 155, they can use him at 170. Expect Donald Cerrone to just take any and every fight. It doesn't necessarily even have to make sense. He just wants to get in there, and the UFC is going to use him in that way.